as in the days of Noah. Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Kwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai.
She represents freedom. I'm back, bro. All the time, bro. All the time, I'm back. Come on.
If you see your friend getting rich, if you see your friend getting rich, when that beat drop, I need you to get up and hype your best friend up. Hype up, tell her, I said throw it, 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 throw it. Ooh, yeah. Yo, I'm thinking I am on top.
They're drafting people in Russia. They're fucking drafting. It's called partial drafting. So the men are divided into three categories. The first category is before 35 years old, but with a military experience. So whoever served in the army will be drafted first. They already got drafted. So my best friend, he managed to leave the country yesterday. My dad at least told, but my best friend, she cannot live with her husband. They don't have any money. And I don't know if they're still letting people leave. Yesterday night they did, but if you received an army letter invitation, you cannot leave. If you leave, it will be immediate 10-year sentence in jail.
Shalom.
So you saw the video. While all these serious things are going on around the world, here it is. We have a global food crisis that is going on. We have, natural disasters happening all over the world that's leaving neighborhoods impoverished, people without homes, people looting, kidnappings going on, cannibalisms, people going missing. We got the oil crisis going on in Europe. We got a so-called gas shortage going on here in the U.S. And there is an energy crisis going on in America. And on December 13th, they're supposed to be transitioning all money is supposed to be digitized, okay, or so they say. And the most recent biggest talks in the news is Russia and Biden. Well, Putin and Biden basically exchanged words concerning nuclear catastrophic events, where Russia said that it was going to send nukes to Ukraine, and Biden, or the U.S. came out and said, well, I'm pretty sure it was Biden, it came out and said if Russia used nuclear weapons on Ukrainian soil, there will be catastrophic consequences. Well, Russia came out and said that those nukes are not meant for Ukrainians, but they're meant to be used on the U.S. So, after that response, Biden comes out with his nuclear Armageddon speech. And right after his speech, they've bought millions of medical canisters that immunizes you against radiation, even though that's not going to save you, because the whole country of Babylon, according to biblical prophecy, Babylon, which is the United States of America, will be destroyed in what the world calls nuclear fire, but what the Bible calls fire and brimstone. Okay? The Bible also calls these intercontinental ballistic missiles arrows. Okay? The glittering sword, you name it. Okay? But, while all these serious things are going on, this is what our people are into. This is what our people are doing while World War III is on the horizon. Now, currently, the United States have over 50,000 troops stationed in Iran. And we know that according to biblical prophecy, the moment the United States send their troops into Iran, after the so-called Israelis' confrontation with Iran, because according to, I'll just get it real quick, Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 45. Okay, I'm gonna just get it. Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord, that the Lord hath taken against Babylon, and his purposes that he hath proposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Okay, so we know that Babylon is the United States of America. The Chaldeans would in today's time be the Illuminati. So here it says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. The least of the flock is talking about who? The so-called Israelis. Okay, they're the ones going around telling the world that they are the flock of the Lord. Telling the world that they're Jewish, even though according to the Holy Scriptures, they are not Jewish. Okay, they are descendants of Esau. But nonetheless, the Scripture said the least of the flock shall draw them out. The least of the flock shall draw out who? The Babylonians. Okay, so we know that the modern day Babylonians are people who live in Babylon. And people who live in Babylon would be you so-called Americans, seeing that the United States of America is Babylon. So the least of the flock, the so-called Israelis, they're going to draw out the United States of America into their confrontation against Iran. So those 50,000 troops that are stationed in Iran, they're on standby right now, waiting for further orders. And while we know that nuclear talks is in the news, we see the famine growing. Hell, even Ebola. That's coming back up in the news again. Okay. And we got a pestilence growing here. We got a famine that's increasingly getting higher. The U.S. dollar is going through inflation right now. They're already talking about laying people off work to fight inflation. They're talking about doing that, I believe, as of next year. They're going to be laying people off of jobs in order to help fight inflation. And while that's going on, you got prices steadily increasing. Food prices are still going up. They're already talking about how the price on orange juice may go up now because of the whole Hurricane Ion thing hitting Florida and destroying a lot of their crops, which grow oranges. And while all these serious things are going on, This is what our people are doing.
All praise to Yahweh ahchyam, Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Shalom, to the hopefully lit. This lesson is going to be entitled Iced Out, Twerking, While Armageddon is on the Way.
This is what our people are doing. And now you start to see why the Lord is going to bring judgment on the house of Israel. Judgment is going to start with the Israelites that know they are Israelites. But you 2/3, the Lord is going to bring horrible judgment on you too. Because you're not heeding the warning. And a matter of fact, if we let's come over here to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, verse 1. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, right? Let's go to verse 2. The word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak unto the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring a sword upon the land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast and set him for their watchman, right? Set him for their watchman. Verse 3. If when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. And right now we're blowing the trumpet. The trumpet, back in the ancient world, was an instrument used for giving warning when there was impending danger, an invading army, or whatever. In today's time, the trumpet is being blown by the warnings that are going out as touching current events that are happening around the world. That is the trumpet in today's time. The warnings that are going out to our people concerning the events that are going on around the world, and to turn from their sinful ways, to acknowledge their offenses before the Lord, and to repent, because the Lord is about to bring holy hell on this planet. Verse 33, it says, Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning. And here's your example of hearing the sound of the trumpet and taking not warning. This is what's on the mind of our people daily. This is what's on their mind. They're not thinking about, they're not thinking about the Lord. They're not thinking about how their actions are offending him. They're thinking about when they can go to the club. They're thinking about the next time they can go to the club to shake their butt, to get some stinking hoes, and ultimately just to drink and get lit. In which there's nothing wrong with drinking, but look, man, you go to these clubs for the purpose of getting it on with another man's woman. Here it is. The woman that's shaking her butt on you at the club, she got a man back at the crib. She got a man. He might be working overnights. He might be a truck driver. And while he's out working hard to satisfy this worthless trash, here she is getting all dressed up, going to the club to go shake her butt on another guy. And then she's probably going home to that guy. Going home to him, and you know what's going on when a guy goes home with another man's wife. We already know what's about to go down that night. And our people don't understand that adultery is a serious crime in the Holy Scriptures. And a matter of fact, according to the Holy Scriptures, adultery is sin unto death. Okay, and a matter of fact, if we come over here to the book of Romans, oh my God, bear with me for one moment. Okay, let's see what Romans have to say about sin. Romans chapter 6 verse 23. For the wages of sin is death. That's all I need to read right there. So there are such thing as sins unto death. And if you over here committing sins worthy unto death, such as adultery, sodomy, pedophilia, bestiality, pedophilia, bestiality, adultery, murder, you cursing your parents, that's also a sin unto death, or if you're just committing iniquity in the world, period, well, you're going to be judged based on those things. That's why in the book of Isaiah chapter 55 verse 6, it says this: seek ye the Lord while he may be found. What does it mean by while he may be found? Does it mean that for all eternity there's going to come a time where he will be found? Well, I mean, in the kingdom of heaven he will be found. The Lord will always be there because we're going to be all perfect in the kingdom. But on this side, this indicates that there's going to come a time and point where he won't be found. And Esau shows you in a lot of these movies, especially these apocalyptic movies, right? People wake up, right? They think that they about to just go and do their dirt. They about to go to these clubs. They about to go to the restaurants. They about to go to the shopping malls. They about to go to these amusement parks. They about to go to these family feud centers. They about to go to the beach and just have the time of their life. Even after seeing the warning signs, because hey, some of these movies, he will show you. He will show you like there'll be a prophet, right? He might be holding up a sign in a movie. He might look homeless, but he's out there telling you, repent. God's judgment is near. But what do people do? They continue to walk. They ignore him. They act like he ain't there. And then the next day they wake up and go about their business. Next day they wake up, they're at the clubs partying, drinking, laughing, having a good time. They're at these family feud centers, they're at these amusement parks, they're at the park, the beach, they're at the malls, listening to music, laughing, having a good time. It's sunny outside, the sky is blue. What could possibly go wrong? And then out of nowhere, BAM! A loud fucking boom. You hear buildings collapse as car alarms going off, and you start hearing people screaming and running in the background. Then what? You're gonna panic. You're gonna be like, oh shit, what do I do? You're gonna run out there. And then guess what? The next day, you're gonna be out there looking for the prophets that was giving you warning, that was telling you about the events that you are now suffering from, but you're not gonna find them. Why? Because when the message was out there, when the Lord's prophets was out there to give you warning, you wanted to walk on by, you wanted to laugh, you thought it was entertainment, ha ha ha. A guy with a goatee, a guy with a beard wearing a dress. You wanted to mock, you wanted to scoff, you wanted to debate, you wanted to argue, you wanted to just keep on driving on by. You didn't even care to stop and listen. Just like how y'all did Noah when he was out there prophesying. He told y'all that it was going to rain. And y'all did exactly what I said y'all would do. Y'all laughed at him, y'all mocked him, you made fun of him, you called him crazy. There ain't no such thing as no rain. Rain? Rain? Okay, but this was the same dude. Boom, 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 boom. No, please, I'm sorry. Sounding like a nigga banging on the bathroom door when he got a shit. Boom, 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 boom. Please open up, man. Yo, I'm sorry. You was right. But guess what? Nope. The Lord said nope. Lord kept that door shut. That's why if you're somebody who can hear and understand this truth, you know, hey, it's time for you to get this truth while you still can. You know, it's time for you to learn. Take notes, even if it's mental notes. You know, take notes. Take heed. Watch the videos. Watch the news. Watch out for current events. Okay? The scripture said, seek ye the Lord. How do you seek the Lord? Well, you find out the things that are pleasing to him. Because when hell break loose, ain't nobody, hey, people ain't gonna be prepared. You know, there's gonna be Jakes out there eating pork when there ain't no food. You know, he might find a pork chop, he might eat it, and the Lord might judge him right there. He might find monkey meat sitting on the table in somebody else's house. He might take that and eat it. You know, he might find some crabfish, some lobsters, and he might eat that, and the Lord might judge him. You know, because you definitely want to have the law, statutes, and commandments in your head, especially when Jacob's trouble comes. So a part of seeking the Lord is figuring out the things that are pleasing to the Lord. Okay? The Lord has delight in those that keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. Even though we're not going to be saved on keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments, we keep the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability, because it is a part of us showing our works and our faith and our belief to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay? The keeping of the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, the ones that you can't keep, that's a part of showing your faith to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Okay? So seek ye the Lord while he may be found. While he may be found, because there's going to come a time where he ain't going to be found. Call ye upon him while he is near. Right, the Lord is near through these different channels that you can go to ask questions. You know, the Lord is still near by going up to the men that you see out there teaching on the highways and hedges week in and week out. That's how the Lord is still near. Through his prophets of whom he have set up. Starting with the apostles of Great Millstone. Okay? That's how you seek the Lord. That's how you call upon him while he is near. You know? Because when Jacob's trouble comes, okay, the vast majority of our people is going to be in deep shit. As a matter of fact, let's go to Amos real quick. Amos chapter 8, verse 11. Okay? Behold, the days come, save the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. Okay, so the time is coming where you're not going to find those men out there on the streets teaching anymore. Okay? And YouTube is starting to crack down even more on so-called free speech. So you're not going to just be able to go on YouTube and look for videos, here it is, hell's going to break loose in America, and somehow you're going to get on your phone. Let me see, where's that guy at? Let's see, where Remnant saved 1144. GMS Narrators SC, GMS South Carolina, GMS Mysteries of the Kingdom, GMS Spiritual Arc. Where them guys at? You ain't gonna be able to find them, because during those days, E is gonna shut down YouTube, because E knows who has the truth. So on that day, these videos, these breakdowns, these websites containing the breakdowns, it's not going to be openly, readily available. And a matter of fact, there was a website I was working on. I was actually working on a new Great Millstone website for the brothers. You know, and I had just about every breakdown on there from you know, when I first came into the truth, when I was studying, taking notes. You know, I had just about every breakdown on there, from the you know, thou shalt not abhor an Edomite, to the Cornelius thing, to the rape doctrine, you know, the Israelite Gentiles. But man, tell me why when I went back to that website, I believe it was like last year, man, like everything was still there except the breakdowns. So he literally removed all my breakdowns on there. I couldn't find not a single breakdown. And that shit pissed me off, because it took me days to work on getting all that typed in. So hey, he's also going to do away with these websites containing these breakdowns. Okay, so how much more YouTube? YouTube, they're going to do away with that. You know, they might do another YouTube meltdown where they shut down YouTube that one time. But then when YouTube came back up, a lot of brothers' videos were deleted. You know, brothers' channels were gone. Okay, he is going to do that again. He's going to remove every video that goes against their NWO or exposes what they do in these secret societies. They're going to remove all those videos. So you got to seek the Lord right now. Don't say in your head, well, let's see, as of March of next year, because hey, like it tells you in the book of James, the 5th chapter, go to now ye rich man that say, well, not rich man, but like it tells you in James, the 5th chapter, I can just get it. Go to now ye that say today or tomorrow we'll go into such a city and get gain, but ye know not what will be on tomorrow. Okay, James chapter 5 verse 5, it says, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Isn't that not what our people's doing? Okay, serious times are coming, and this is what our people are doing. They're living in wantonness and in pleasures. It says, and the word wanton means undisciplined. It says, ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. So let's go back up here. I want to view this chapter. Let me see. Grudge not one against another, brethren, lest ye be condemned. Behold, the judge standeth at the door. Yet the judge is Yahushai. Let me see. Okay, he's the main judge. So let's go to the previous chapter. Okay, this is James chapter 4 verse 13, right? Go to now ye that say today or tomorrow we will go into such a city and continue there a year and buy and sell and get gain, right? Like the dude at the very beginning of this video, he finally got, he finally looked like he was just getting released from prison. Okay, and this dude already got it set in his mind what he's about to do. He's probably about to go get some box or whatever, which there's nothing wrong with getting box. Just, hey, You know, really, if you're in this truth, your main focus should always be on the truth. Okay. Okay. So, go to now, ye that say today or tomorrow we will go into such a city and continue their year and buy and sell and get gain. Right? Verse 14. It says, whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appeareth for a little time and then vanisheth away. So don't say in your mind, March of next year, then I think I'm going to get right. Because, this thing, Jacob's trouble, can happen at any moment. It can happen now. You don't know. Okay? 9/11 came suddenly. Right? 9/11 came suddenly. Look at the Boston bombings. Okay, it's nothing to eat to set up a pocket nuke somewhere. Okay, it's nothing to eat to set up a pocket nuke somewhere. Now I'm talking about the U.S. government. E that run the U.S. government. Okay, I mean, so man, and once this next event happens, or series of events, or major events, or the coming major event, that's it, man. Everybody's life here on the Souls of America will change, and it's not going to change for the better. It's going to change for the worse. And people like these right here, you see this? People like these, they're going to be taken by it. So these people are completely clueless. They have no idea what's about to happen. And you can tell they don't watch the news. When they go home, they're probably watching BET, soap boppers. No, they're probably watching some stupid comedy movie like Don't Be a Menace. Which there's nothing wrong with watching movies, but you should be watching the fucking news. And you got the prophets out there holding up camp signs and telling you what's going on around the world. The moment you see those camp signs, something should click in your mind to search the web for what's going on. But no, you see a camp sign that says America will be destroyed by fire, right? And you see a nuclear missile on it. You go home and turn on TV and watch some booty call or some soap opera. Living with color. Shit that do not profit to salvation. So because you don't want to watch the news, because you despise the Lord's reproof, like it says in Proverbs, guess what? Like it tells you in Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter, in the 3rd verse. When the Lord bring the sword, which the sword is a representation of evil and death, when the Lord bring the sword on the land, you're going to be taken by it. Okay? And y'all going to be the same people out there, you're going to get in your car and you're going to drive right out to those same areas where you're used to seeing the prophets at. Okay? And guess what? You're not going to see them out there. But then you might say in your head, well, okay, they ain't out there today. Let me check back tomorrow. You're going to go there. You're going to check tomorrow. And guess what? You're not going to find them. You're going to go and check the next day. Okay, well, maybe they'll be out there the next day. Then, and guess what? You're not going to find them. Okay? Oh boy, and especially the nigger woman. Well, when she realized she can't find them, she gonna start getting attitude. Oh my God, where are they? Well, nigga, you ain't gonna find them. It's too late to look now. You know? Well, it's gonna be too late to look then. That's why you gotta seek the Lord now. Okay? Especially you, Jake. Amos 8:12. It says, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even unto the east, and they shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. Okay? And this is going to happen over both the internet and out on the streets. People literally going to be, they're going to be walking by where the camp used to be at. Maybe they relocated. Let's go check on Dayton Avenue. You gonna go to Dayton Avenue? You ain't gonna find shit except a bottle of beer in a piss-smelling alley. And then guess what? You're gonna be going out there. You're gonna be going out there almost every day, driving by the camp, and you ain't gonna find the Lord's prophets out there anymore. So then you might go on the internet. You know, you might go on the internet. You might type in prophets, Lord's servants. Ain't nothing gonna come up. Okay. Oh my God. Take me to Google. Okay. Here's Bible. Okay. They shall keep quiet in those days, for those days are evil. Amos 5:13. Amos chapter 5 verse 13. It says, therefore the prudent shall keep quiet. Who are the prudent? The Lord's servants. They shall keep silence in that time. In what's time? Jacob's trouble. Okay? For it is an evil time. Okay? Zechariah chapter 13 verse 8. Okay? It says, and it shall come to pass that in all the land save the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. So the 2/3 of our people, they're going to be cut off here in the land of America, and they're going to die according to biblical prophecy. Why? Because the Lord said, when he called, ye did not hear. When he spake, ye refused. So the Lord's going to judge you. Okay? You're going to be judged. So 2 parts therein, 2/3 of our people shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Okay, the third is talking about the 1/3, which is the elect of the nation of Israel. Only an elect of amongst our nation is going to make it in these last days. And you know, those who are truly hoping to get up out of this, be delivered from this country, you know, we can only hope to be of the elect. Because we don't know if we're chosen or not. Okay, we can only hope. Okay. Ezekiel chapter 9 verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Okay? if you're of the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, you're a living abomination, just like the Edomites. Okay. And the only one sighing and crying for all the abominations, the detestable acts, and the filthiness of Babylon, the only ones who's sighing and crying for all these things is the elect. And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. The word smite means to kill, or the word smite means to attack and kill. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. And this prophecy is about to come to pass. This prophecy is about to happen. Okay, it's right around the corner, and the doors of mercy is about to be completely shut. Ezekiel 9:6, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women. Now, if you notice, what is a maid? A maid is a female servant, right? A woman is a servant or a female servant. So a maid is a female servant, you know, who pretty much, I guess you could say, do like housely duties or whatnot. And a woman is a servant to a man, which a woman is supposed to be a maid anyway. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women. So there's more women on the planet than there is men. So there's a lot of women amongst our nation that the Lord is going to bring horrible judgments upon, because they wanted to live their life in wantonness. Okay? It says, but come not near any upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they begin at the ancient man which were before the house. Right? Because these women, especially the nigger woman, she has it easy in this society. Okay? These women have it easy in this society. So Amos 6:1, woe, which the word woe goes back to the Hebrew word abadium, which means destruction. Destruction to them that are at ease in Zion. Okay, the word Zion means monument. And it's talking about Israel, because the Lord set our nation up to be a monument to the other nation of people on the planet. We were set up to be an example to the other nations. That's a part of why the Lord gave us the law, statutes, and commandments. So we could be separate from these other people. So we could be a great example to these other nations on how to live. So that's why we were also known as Zion. Okay? So woe to them that are at ease in Zion, and trust in the mountain of Samaria, which are named chief of the nations, to whom the house of Israel came. So pretty much the point has been made. The damage has been done. With that, I'm going to say Shalom is on to the next one.